Let's have a nice fun one to end out the week. Not that I've ever thought about doing this, but if you wanted to drive someone insane, there would in theory be a way of doing it. Now, bearing in mind that reality is real, it seems like without annihilating someone, that you couldn't convince them that reality wasn't real, right? As long as they're receiving stimuli from this objective reality that we live in, they would always believe that reality is real in some respect. But there's a way to get around that a little, or at least to convince people that reality is mostly not real. Um, in that our idea of not real also is a little bit weird as well. Our idea of nothing, it's not just what we consider to be like an abscess or an actual void, um, but it can also have to do with just a thing that lacks significance or meaning. So you could say that a person would say, "You're nothing to me." Well, that doesn't mean that you don't exist. It just means in their mind, you're a thing that lacks significance. You're a thing that can be safely disregarded. Um, you're nothing to them, right? So what would happen if you took one part of the human experience, something like love, fear, hatred, whatever it is, and you take that part of the human experience and dial it up to like the 10th power? Well, then this singular part of the human experience is like hyper realistic. It's the realest thing to ever be real in that person's mind. And by contrast, everything else, all of the other aspects of the human experience, are insipid and meaningless, and well, they're nothing basically. So this singular thing, this emotional monomania, is their new reality, albeit a very circumscribed, probably unsustainable reality. It feels like at some point you would have to come back down. And this is, I think, to some extent, a naturally occurring thing as well. Like this type of emotional monomania, where people can get into this, But it feels like people who enter into these types of states they're never at their best. In fact, they tend to maybe come up with very imbecilic ideas. And I think it has to do with the idea that the theories they come up with only have to account for this singular part of the human experience. So like when you do come down and you're experiencing life on an equilibrium, well, you have to account for all of these other things, right? So it doesn't really work. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please press the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to. Have a happy weekend.